Get busy living or get busy dying. The 1994 movie The Shawshank Redemption is considered to be among the best films of all time. Nominated for 7 Academy Awards, it is a film about life, hope, friendship, and freedom. It tells the story of Andy Dufresne, a successful young banker who was wrongfully convicted and sentenced to life in prison for the murder of his wife and her lover, and his struggles to overcome daily life in 1947 Shawshank State Prison. There are many great scenes in the movie that make the entire movie a phenomenal movie. The one part of the movie that showcases the themes of life and hope and friendship and freedom is when Andy makes his escape from Shawshank Prison by crawling through 500 yards of sewage to arrive at a river outside the prison walls. It is raining and thundering and lightning. Upon realizing he's made it, Andy outstretches his arms to the sky, symbolizing a sort of rebirth in the rain. It is his redemption for doing 19 years of suffering in prison. It is one of cinema's most moving scenes. The main character in the movie is Andy Dufresne. On the outside world, before his wrongful conviction, Andy is a successful young banker with a beautiful wife. Andy loved his wife, he just did not know at the time how to show it. At the time of his sentencing, the judge tells Andy that he strikes him as a particularly icy and remorseless man. The other main character of the movie, an inmate named Red, has a similar first impression of Andy, saying he looked as if, quote, a stiff breeze could blow him over. These things, when put together, show Andy at the beginning of the movie as a quiet, unemotional, remorseless man. Andy's time in Shawshank slowly begins to change him. His time in prison forces Andy to recognize aspects about himself that are okay to show to other people. Andy's love of music, books, chess, and simple pleasures, such as having beer with friends. Over the course of the movie, whereas Andy was once considered a hard man to get to know, Andy opens up about his fellow inmates, often showcasing his love of music, reading, introducing his inmates to many of the same things he enjoys. But prison is hard time. It is not always easy on Andy. By the end of the movie, Andy has had enough and escapes. The viewer learns that Andy was also a very patient and determined man, taking 19 years to tunnel his way out through Shawshank with a tiny rock hammer. Andy used every tool available to him to remain mentally free in his time in prison to become physically free from the prison in the end. The main theme of the Shawshank Redemption is hope. Andy even tells Red, quote, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. Throughout his entire time in prison, Andy remains hopeful that one day he will get out and have a life once again outside prison. Hope is something that not even the prison officials can take away from Andy. The story presents itself in a way that connects the audience to Andy and lets them hope for his release right along with him. The cinematography of the movie is an absolute masterpiece. The movie is set mostly inside the prison. The moody, gloomy colors set the tone for the movie and showcase Andy's feelings of despair and isolation. The drab colors of the prison are eventually contrasted with bright, vibrant colors of the ocean and sand and boat that Andy is repairing when Red goes to meet him in Mexico, showing that both characters are finally free of prison life. This affects the viewer because it shows them that it allows them to feel the happiness and emotion that the two main characters are feeling and to follow along with the characters' journeys. The Shawshank Redemption is an important character-driven movie. There are supporting characters who bring humor, sadness, and uplifting moments all throughout the movie. While technically listed as a drama, The Shawshank Redemption has the reputation as one of the best movies of all time because it does not fit squarely into one particular genre. While most dramas focus on a particular type of story, such as crime story or love story, Shawshank focuses on themes that almost anyone can relate to and enjoy. The Shawshank Redemption is a masterpiece of a film. From the casting, the cinematography, and the emotional stories of the characters. I've seen the film several times, and each time there is a new way to interpret the message that the movie sends. It causes the viewer to feel raw emotion, whether it's about being institutionalized in the prison system, the ideas of freedom, or the theme of hope. For me, Get Busy Living or Get Busy Dying provides me with inspiration to actually live life, try new things, be brave, and have fun.